Oh, I used to drive one of those. And it total lit.
Come on. Okay, we're live. We can talk about Ford Focuses and stuff later
ADD
on.
much?
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Treasure of the Lost Legion. It's time for our 4th episode. Yes, we're excited. I did spell returning correctly. Okay, I was worried there for a second. When I was looking at our screen there. Anyway, welcome. It is, of course, time for this week's episode. Well, when we last left off last week, Whisper and Kellen went on some amazing adventures together. They totally went to an auction where they spent
a lot of time in the bathroom.
They spent a lot of time in the bathroom together. They managed...
Not together. Whoa. Not together.
You guys went to the bathroom at the same time, and then you each left different times.
One time.
Actually, no. Was it twice?
It was like 3 times, actually. That you ended up.
I thought it was only once.
Well, one of the times, technically, one of you was an elf, and the other was a gnome. But that's besides the point, or something, But there was weirdness going on with bathroom adventures. So, anyway,
You thought it was weird, not us.
I think all the people that were watching in the audience that was out in the watching the noticed what was going on from the auction. Anyway, so the two of them, of course, went into the auction house at the behest of their good friend Callan. Callan, the most one with the cantankerous curiosities, who they totally wanted to get the heartwarm crystal from, but apparently he had it up for sale at this auction. And he's like, well, I can fund you buying it back if you steal something from me. Womp womp.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The one thing he actually had of use in his entire shop. Although he has something new of use in his shop, though.
Yes, he's got a nice statue. And a water pouring device that you totally traded along the way with him, too. So you managed to convince him to help fund things, you managed to win the auction, you managed to steal the statue, somehow get out with all this stuff, with Kellen, walking really funny with, the statue, he has it well hidden under his arm, but he doesn't know how to quite hold it there, so he's, walking with this, weird gaunt, around, and until he got assaulted by, Whisper disguised as this elf they'd already pissed off, so... Spread some rumors about the guy, just for fun.
Why not?
Yeah. So they managed...
He likes wine on his crotch.
Well, it ended up that way. They, of course, managed to get out there, and they now have made frenemies with said elf, Aerodin, and they also possibly pissed off a pirate captain, or some kind of quintessential-looking pirate dude, but he might be after someone else, you're not sure. Maybe he finds
human number A.
Random human number A, which may or may
Generic as fuck human A.
The generic's dude, but there was totally a gnome involved in there somewhere, so I'm sure he might end up in a bad way. But let's, we'll see. We'll see. Down the line.
Time will tell.
Only time will tell. So you last left off that you guys had headed back to Callan's shop to meet with him. You have yet to get the heartwarm crystal. It's supposed to be coming in the morning. You are arranging to get the money from Callan, and you're going to have to get some more money from the captain. And I think that's where we left off, because you're short just a smidge.
Like 800.
That's like 800.
Yeah.
Like 800 gold.
It's like 800 gold. You almost paid for it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Out
That
of how
dang
much?
elf.
I know. I just wanted to spite him really bad, though. I really did.
Look, he wanted it too.
Good for him.
Uh-huh.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Instead, he got some wine-stained pants.
He did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And a bad attitude about it too.
Yes.
All right. So, Callan will continue. Oh, thank you greatly for retrieving this for me. Finally, I'm going to have to put it somewhere safe, just in case. They might come looking around here for it, of course. I am one of their number 1 suspects, but, I have a place I can keep it out of the way until, well, it'll be safe there. Excellent. Excellent indeed. Thank you so much.
Yes, that was quite an interesting thing we had to do to get it. We did have to go a little bit above on the auction. We're going to have to come back to you shortly with some extra funds.
All right, then. That's fine. As long as you can provide it, I'm fine with that. Excellent. He twirls his magnificent mustache.
I twirl mine back.
Yours is less magnificent, but you did use his mustache wax, so it does help.
Yes.
That is true.
I'll have to make a mustache twirling device.
An automatic mustache twirler, so you can get those weak, crazy mustaches. Good luck on that.
It's like these two little arms that pop out. I think we should head back to the ship now and try to get that arranged sooner rather than later.
Yes, agreed. I also think I probably should not be the one coming back with the money. I don't think I should be showing my face anywhere around here anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, now maybe I will not look like myself as well.
Or generic human.
You could also
Or
grab
generic
someone like Helja, who didn't go to the event.
Yes.
Yeah.
And totally no one would recognize.
And just go, hey, you need to take this 1,200 gold to the shop and get this shiny stone. We'll explain later.
Trust me.
We do have to, like, tomorrow afternoon, so we've got a little bit of time to figure all that out.
Yes.
And get the funds.
And get the funds.
Well, your old man friend had a little bit of money, and you guys had a little bit of money, and...
The captain was offering some money.
Yes, and of course,
if we have to.
Mr. Valis and Droon, both, you were sort of convincing them to give you some money, too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be able to dig up the rest.
Yes. All right, so you'll head back to the ship. It's, of course, probably would be equivalent to late at night now. There's still some activity on the ship, of course. You don't see anybody particularly important awake. I think the most important one is you can see Skrazg, the the dragon-looking centaur, who seems to be up on deck, taking care of cause you know that which you found out carefully, it's a she, which is hard to tell because it's dragon centaur. And, doesn't really show that kind of stuff, as in, like, mammalians.
No boobs.
Who sexed the dragon?
Not me.
Not anybody wise. Anyway, she's mistress of discipline aboard the ship, so she seems to be keeping people in line that are, like, the late-night crew.
Once we get on the ship... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe we should actually just rest for the night and try to get up early and get a hold of people.
You can go rest. I'm thinking of going straight to the captain first. Because I think that's where we're going to need to get the bulk of the money from. Unless you think we should figure out how much we're going to need first.
I think we should try to talk to people, see what we can scrounge up, and ask the captain last for what we have to ask her for.
But she's probably the richest person on the boat.
Yes, but she hasn't seemed to be gung-ho with the plan. So the least we have to ask her for might be the better, I think.
Okay, I guess. Fine. She's just kind of like.
We already brought a crazed old man into her map room.
Yes, with his magnificent bed. I almost forgot about his magnificent bed. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm totally gonna steal a pillow.
All right. So I guess we'll go to bed. Or go to our bedroom chambers, and if Helja's there, maybe fill her in first.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Okay. You'll be easily able to find Helja. I'm assuming by now she was taking care of some business on the ship, and just sticking around waiting for you guys to get back. And you've now arrived, and she seems to be in bed along with Nafshur, who's way asleep and probably snoring. However, a
Kenku snores.
yeah.
Or I mean snoring.
Yes, rhyming snoring.
Yeah. So, Helja, how
Yo.
much money do you have?
I totally forgot.
Oh, you're just going to find her clothes now.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
nice clothing as they're asking this too.
I believe I have like 80 or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. That'll help. All right. So, we're gonna need collectively going to need to come up with like 800 gold.
Oh my god, what you guys do?
We got the stone that'll get us into the temple that'll get us all the riches. So it's a bit of a payoff up front, but a big payoff at the end.
Completely lost.
Super cat thing going like.
We did have to pay a lot more for it, but we had 2,000 funded already.
Yeah, so that's just the remainder of the 3,200 total. It's
Alright.
800.
I'll give you guys like 30 because I'm not sure how much.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we got 30. So, who are you working with on the ship?
She's being a gopher, so she works technically with Mr. Valis and the other members of the officers.
Okay, so she would probably know roughly how many people total are on the ship, right?
Yes. The normal crew complement you had was about, like, between 30 and 40, including the other just crew members.
Okay.
See, if we could get each of them to pitch in like 20 gold, that would be a bunch. I can't do math. I'm just gonna be honest, I can't do math.
Well, including the captain, there are nine officers total. You've met pretty much most of them, I guess, technically. There's the captain, Mr. Valis, Mr. Soon, Lieutenant Fitzwilliam, Droon, who actually technically counts as an officer, but you're never quite sure how he actually does. But you see him being respected like one, so you can only assume. There's Lucky, of course, the quartermaster. Skrazik, the Draco. And, of course, your good friend, Joe.
That was
Hippo
Lucky.
Man.
No.
Oh, Lucky was my good friend.
Yes, Lucky was your good friend, but don't you remember, Sin?
Sin?
I think that's the correct one. Let me check. Gosh, I am his
Oh, was that the guy with Lucky? Or no?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was. I'm sorry.
there
It was
wasn't a
Crowl. Crowl was the carpenter.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So if there's roughly like 40 people, you're exactly right. 20, if they give us 20 gold, it'll be the 800 you need. So.
That could, I mean, hey, we could try that approach, or we could try, begging, and groveling.
Well, if there's 9 people in charge, and each of them give us about 89 gold, we would also make that up.
It's a very specific amount. I
Well,
suppose
it's
that would work.
technically 88.88888888888888. I'm rounding it up.
Well, I don't know. Any thoughts, Helja? What do you think?
I think we should just go ahead and just like talk to the captains first or the officers and see what they say before we go down to like the lower people who might not have as much.
And you remember that the amount of money you were adding in also did include Droon and Valis' money that you were already taking from them.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Which they had a good chunk of it. They were
I
able
think
to...
it was 500 between the two of them, right?
Yeah. That's why.
So
So that leaves 7 people left in charge, which would be about 114 gold each.
Which they might have.
Okay, so hold on. Total we have to come up with is 1,200.
I think you're down to 800.
We're down to 800 that we need.
Okay, this is after just Droon and Valis?
Droon, Valis, the old man, the amount that Callan was going to put in, and the amount of money between the two of you.
Okay.
I have 17 gold.
I have, like, I don't even know. I want to say it's like 40.
Mm-mm.
No,
You
I
can
don't even think
have
it's
my
that much.
17.
Let me see.
No, all I know is that I just bought like a notebook.
Well, so you said you're chipping in 30.
Yeah, I did chip in 30.
So and I'm chipping in 17.
I can
So
chip in
that's-
49.
Minus 49.
That's what I got.
That leaves 704 gold.
Okay, so we need 704 gold. That's it. We can do this, guys. Tomorrow. We can do this tomorrow. But we have to get there before like noon because that's when they're supposed to be arriving with the
That's
stuff.
why
'Cause
we
that's
have
what
to
I
get
told
up early.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I say we go to the higher ups first, and then
Trickle down.
because they'll have more money, and hopefully they'll be more generous.
What I'm going to do is I will stay up the night then to make sure you guys are up since I'm not going into town. I can sleep while you're doing that.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Helja, tomorrow, when we go back into town, I'm maybe not gonna look like myself. We may have made some not friends.
Jeez.
Well, okay. In fairness, that elf was a dick, and she's gonna look like Whisper's gonna look straight at Kellen, like, right? That guy.
I'm nodding. Yes.
and then I may have masked myself to look like a guy, just I don't know, a guy, and like I'll kind of like describe what I look like, and basically my description is guy, and then yeah, so then we would and then maybe got in a fight with another guy, so he's not our friend, and then the elf is not our friend. So we just don't have friends.
You forgot one last one on there too.
The elf and the guy.
The person that you stole from?
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't know
But
that.
that's why I don't want to go back.
He doesn't
because
know
I was
that.
in that room
You
first.
guys stole something from the person?
No, we did. I mean, we returned something to somebody.
We required a trade.
Yeah.
A secret trade of illegal pendencies?
Of questionable legality.
They think
Don't
about
know what the laws are here. By my moral code, this was completely fine. Of course, I do also worship the goddess of trickery, so...
Just, yeah.
Semantics, whatever.
Oh my goodness.
We'll be fine though. We'll be fine. We just don't gotta stay away from the elf.
auction house. Well, the
and-
auction place.
The auction place. Well, we're not going anywhere near there, though. That's in, like, the lower districts, and we're staying up just... I think tomorrow the only thing we should do when we get off the ship is go to Callan's and then come back. That's it.
Agreed. For you guys.
All right.
I'm going to quietly tinker through the night.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to change out of those weird fancy clothes and then sleep.
Oh, yeah, I'll change first, too, because I'm not going to risk getting oil or anything on these.
Yeah, you never know when you might need fancy clothes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, the two of them looked really spiffy, though, too. I mean, they look really spiffly dressed, too.
These aren't mine. We borrowed them, right? They're not ours.
He never
didn't
asked
ask for it back.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't want them.
I want them.
You want mine? I'll hold them up and they're like super tall. Like,
I don't think they'd quite fit. Not to mention wrong sex.
I mean, if you get someone on board might be a seamstress, and you can get it. I guess Whisper Helja. You could trade it to Helja. Maybe she can get it adapted for her character.
Yeah, I have no need for fancy clothes, so
You don't want to be a fancy cat.
I know I'm a bard and all that, but fuck nice clothes. Nobody wears nice clothes.
No one would believe a cat in fancy clothes anyway. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
But what happens if you're asked to a fancy feast?
Oh my. All right.
There's no response for that.
All right. Well. Okay. So, the night will be pretty uneventful. Callan, you'll manage to tinker around through the night, and not keep everyone awake. I guess you're gonna.
Yes, I will be quietly tinkering by candlelight.
Tinker by candlelight.
Yes.
That sounds fine. Morning will come, and you can wake the two of them up.
I will wake you guys up, and there'll be a little clockwork mouse on top of you.
Ooh. Is it like?
It has a little
wind up?
on the
I was gonna
side,
say, does it have a little wind up thing? Like, oh, that's awesome. Really excited, like. Cool. What does it do?
It walks around.
That's still cool. You could.
Well, it wheels around, probably.
It wheels around. Whee! Thank you. And she'll carry it really carefully, and then actually maybe take a little scrap of cloth and wrap it, and then stuff it in one of her pouches, with all her other miscellaneous things.
All right. I assume then you're heading to sleep, Callan?
Yeah, since I've been up for a very long time at this point.
Like a day.
Yeah. I probably look exhausted and one eye drooping down.
We tuck him in.
Yeah.
Maybe someone could give me a lift up since for some reason I'm on the top cot.
Here you go, tuck you in.
Thank you.
Push your swing so it's rocking as we walk out the room.
I'm cuddling with my tools.
All right, so I guess the two of you are awake. Callan's asleep. What do you are you heading straight to the captain, or are you doing something else?
Do you want to try? So we already have Droon and we already have Valis.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to go straight to the captain first and then go down from there, or do you want to kind of work up to the captain?
I think we should probably just start with the captain and then, or no, let's work up to the captain because she can be I guess she can probably be a little stingy or something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah,
I'm
and
going
she
to say half asleep real quick. You might want to talk to Hippo Guy. He's rather excitable. Maybe he'd be willing to pitch in.
Hippo Guy, got it. Night, Kellen. What? Quick, slip out the room.
Okay. So I guess you're heading
go find
to.
Him.
Okay. Lieutenant Fitzwilliam will of course be on the deck, still polishing up one of the siege engines. You're pretty sure you saw him doing this a couple days ago, and he's still constantly seemingly doing it.
All he does. So do you want me to try to talk to him?
Indeed, perfection.
You talk to him because you know what it's all for. So.
Okay. All right. So as we're walking up to him, I'm gonna be okay. You see her doing this thing, she's working on her head, what's the best approach, almost. And then when you get up there, you said Sir Fitzwilliam.
Yeah, for Sir Lieutenant Reginald Fitzwilliam is his total title. I guess you could call him Sir if you really wanted to.
Okay. I remember the Reginald. I don't remember the Fitzwilliam part, oddly enough. Lieutenant Fitzwilliam. Hi, good morning.
Indeed! Oh, hello, you two! Greetings, greetings! How are you today? Oh, looking fine. Fine evening, was it not? I enjoyed some good drinking with Mr. Soon. He surprisingly can drink a lot, the small fellow. You'd think he wouldn't, but it's good to see you, as he puts his fists, like, one on each of your shoulders, like, very heavily, you know, thwomp.
Well, we are looking to go on a mission, and we need to get the captain on board as well, but we also need to get some extra backing for a very important piece for the mission. Long story short, you know of the... And here we go again, trying to remember names.
Uh-huh.
What was the name of the... shoot. The name of the temple.
It was... Did you actually have a name on the temple? A Temple of the Lost Sky.
Okay, Temple of Lost Sky. No. No, it's actually what I was looking for is... Shoot, it's not what I was looking for. The name of... Notes. My notes. Lionheart is that. Bloodheart.
Yep.
Thorag, Thorin Bloodheart.
Yes.
That's who I think I'm looking for.
Yes.
And the 7th Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's who I'm looking for. Alright, so you know the story of Thorin Bloodheart and his infamous 7th Legion, right?
That sounds familiar, but not really. I don't pay attention to many of your quaint little, legends and such. I'm too busy with important things, like this. Hey, well, I mean, like here and the now, and explosions, I mean, adventure. But regardless...
Adventure!
Yes!
Yes! So this would be an adventure, beyond all adventures you could imagine. We're going to be going, if we can get shoot. Man, I cannot remember names today. The stone. Is it just the Bloodheart stone?
Heartworm's crystal.
Heartworm crystal. Damn, way off. Alright. I'm like, I know there's blood, and there's hearts, and there's crystals and things. So we need to get the blood... Nope. The heartworm crystal. Jeez, I'll get it, I swear. The heartworm crystal, so that we can open up a temple. And within this temple, there's supposed to be riches beyond all riches. And it's through a dangerous... There's guardians, and there's a crazy wind planet, and it's out in the extra space that... What's the name of it? Aurelian space?
Yes.
Yeah, out in the Aurelian space, it would be one hell of an adventure.
Interesting. Truthfully speaking, I normally go where the captain believes to be going. Have you already brought this to attention to her?
We have.
Okay.
Our thing that we need is funding to get this crystal. We have it already sort of paid for, but we need to pay off the remainder of it. And so that's what we're going to petition around to get more people on board to help pay for it, since everybody would benefit in the end.
I see. And you're believing that you don't want to tax the captain too much.
Correct. If everybody pitched in equally, then it would be more spread out and fair.
I see your point. Perhaps I can offer a small amount to help out, then? I unfortunately don't have a large amount to my name. Traditionally, most of what I would be assigned on board the ship goes to repair various and sundry accidents that occur. True accidents.
Well, any bit would help.
I could probably spare you about 50.
That would be most generous.
You probably shouldn't bother with Mr. Soon, though. I know from it that the little money that he has, he tends to spend out drinking with me, which I'm not quite sure why he ever accompanies me. He doesn't seem to type to, but he's a good friend overall, generally speaking. But he spends most of his money back to his own home. usually. Something about taking care of his family. Do you know he's got grandchildren? I wouldn't know. He doesn't seem the age.
I didn't know. I haven't actually spoken much with him.
He doesn't speak much. You know how hard it is to get information out of that man? I have to speak for like an hour in order to get like a sentence out of him.
For some reason, I don't believe that. I believe you just spend the hour speaking. Okay, so you'd be willing to pitch in at about 50?
Yes.
Okay, that would be very helpful. That would leave us with, okay. Yep, doing some math.
If you're looking for someone to help maybe fund things, maybe you can try to convince Lucky. He's hard to part with money, but he has a lot of it, as far as I know.
Okay. Alrighty. That would be great. Do you have the money now, or should we come back in a little bit and get it?
I hadn't really been thinking of traveling with my excess
Really
cash.
awkward, like, you got it on you now?
Yeah. Perhaps when you would be going to pay for this, I can give you the money. Just let me know what time you're planning on leaving. I can arrange in between my work schedule.
We're planning to leave the ship around, like, the equivalent of 11, whatever that is.
A little before noon, yeah, like an hour before noon. Yeah, okay. Right then. I can have it together for you by then. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
And she'll extend a hand, like, pleasure doing business kind of.
I guess he'll put out his gigantic hand and sort of shake it with you, kind of crushing your hand a little bit. He's got a very firm handshake, you know?
Yeah. And I do not. With my -1 strength.
And he is he is like a 9-foot tall hippo man, so he's like massive. He's like...
Cool. Okay, so where would we find Lucky?
Probably at the quartermaster station. He rarely leaves there unless he's going to drink. Which I don't recall him being out last night at the bar. Though you never know. He always finds a watering hole somehow.
Okay, so to the quartermaster's place.
I don't know how he has so much alcohol all the time.
Magic.
Starting to get the feeling that everybody on the ship is raging alcoholic.
I'm not.
Besides a select few.
Besides the cat person. Pretty much. Okay, so would you like to try talking to Lucky? I don't know Lucky. Have you talked to Lucky?
I don't think I have.
He is a dwarf.
No, he's a halfling.
Oh, that's right, halfling. I keep thinking of him as a dwarf for some reason.
With one eye, one leg, and one arm, and lots of scars.
Yes, he is awesome.
Do you have any alcohol on you?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think I do either. Dang it! I was gonna say maybe we could persuade him. All right. So I guess we'll just go down.
Okay.
And knock on his door, because it stays in like the quartermaster's area.
The quartermaster's area. The door's already open. You hear what sounds like kind of snoring coming from in there.
Walk in and look around.
You see lying on top of what appears to be a pile of like really random goods is like this splayed out like halfling. He's kind of got like an arm up in the air, you know. He's got supposed to be some kind of jug in one hand kind of down. He's got his legs open. His clothes are sort of disheveled. You're surprised they're actually like still on him enough to be like covering up. His like shirt's open, you know. Feeling he has surprisingly ripped muscles, even though they're covered in like kind of scars, and he does look very old. So he's in good shape for his age. But it's like kind of
perception. Do we see any like money lying around? I'm just curious. I'm not gonna steal his shit. I'm just curious.
Alright, and I'll do perception.
No, you don't see anything.
Do we see like anything that looks like super valuable, or?
I mean, it's sort of a bunch of general goods, like a couple sets of armor, some weapons, some general equipment, like a bunch of rope, a couple of tools, like some backpacks, a couple water skins, probably a pile of rations. There might be a couple of healing potions sort of in the back. You can see sort of on a small rack, like way behind him. You kind of have to crawl over him to get to those.
Is he wearing anything on his person that looks personal? Like an amulet or a ring or anything? He's got
his rapier at his side still.
Is it
I don't like where you're going with this.
Shh, silence, woman. So, okay. Does the rapier look like a standard issue, or does it look like something
I don't know.
special?
It's got some decorations to it, so whether it's something truly special or just, well made, it's hard to say.
Okay. But we don't see anything personal laying around.
Not really, no.
Damn it. This guy sucks.
He's got like this really nice looking kind of eye patch.
An eye patch, you say?
He also has this nice peg leg. Like
I could steal his peg leg.
like he's got.
This is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, you're gonna steal his peg leg. So I'm trying to disattach that. Like the thing is, like he's got like the sleeve of his missing arm like flayed up, like he'd have his arm above his head. It's just like it's like you're like, but he doesn't have an arm in there. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. All right. So that eye patch looks pretty nice, huh?
It's pretty well decorated. It's pretty well made. Kind of probably got looks like gold thread inlined in it. It's got the design of what appears to be like a dragon on it.
Jeez.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna mess with him. It's got a dragon on it. Nah. I guess just go over and like push him, kind of like gently, like on the shoulder, like trying to wake him up.
Okay.
Good morning.
He chugs down whatever's in his bottle, like, empty. Aye, yes, morning. What is it?
We are
Oof.
trying to, so we're trying to get a collection of funds together to go on a grand adventure. And we were told that you might be interested in such a great adventure.
Adventure. Maybe? What kind of adventure?
We would be going after the treasure of the 7th Legion from the...
That old wives' tale?
It's not a wives' tale. It's real, and we have proof. And we're gonna get it.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Gosh. What kind of proof do you have?
Well, we got some stories about it. We have almost got our hands on the heartwarm crystal, which we need to buy, which is what we need the fund for.
The what now?
The heartwarm crystal. It opens up the temple where all the treasure is after you go through the air planet.
All right. All right. Okay. And why are you coming to me about this?
Well, you're one of the high-ranking officers on the ship, and therefore we're hoping if we can kind of rally the crew together, because it's going to be super dangerous, we can get the funding and get everybody on board. Everybody's like ready to go and like excited, and then we can all work together. Yeah.
Who have you talked to so far?
Droon and Valis the captain and Lieutenant Fitzwilliam.
If you talk to the captain, why do you need some money from me? Surely she'd give some extra cash if you needed some.
Well, she hasn't promised a set amount yet. So we were trying to see if we could get everybody collected together. A unified front.
It'd make it a lot easier for her to agree instead of asking her for a ton of money.
How much you looking for?
Total?
Total.
We're short about 654 gold. Well, not about. Total 654 gold. We're short.
Interesting. Oh, it's just the two of you on in this?
No, Kellen and the Nishaffer are in on it as well.
Aye, the wee lad. Oh, he's in on it too. Grand. I'm unsure. I mean, this saw's all good and all. But, I don't want to go seeing you kids getting killed on something stupid like this. I mean, you're not me.
Well, you could train us to be like you.
Ha! Only that small boy seems to have any kind of potential. A lot, you two? Nah. Especially that bird. Definitely not.
Yeah, that bird's a little bit of a joke.
He's kind of weird. Not gonna lie. But I did manage to get the gym procured. We just need to pay for it. So, I mean, we're there. And if you want more proof about it, you can talk to Rechan. He's in the map room on the ship. And he can tell you all about the crystal and the place we're going.
I don't particularly want to talk to anyone about it, whatever it is. You provided me with some basic information. Apparently you have some kind of person that can tell me more about it. That's grand. But what does that mean for it? I don't know. Let me think for a minute.
I whisper in Whisper's ear, what if we give him, like, 1% of it? Of the riches?
I think it's going to be split among all of us, so...
Alright.
Yeah, that's... I mean, I wasn't thinking it's going to be ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I know, if you pitch in a chunk, a part, however much, and if you want, we're going into town to pay off the rest of the crystal when we go to pick it up. Maybe we could find some nice elven ale for you.
Elven stuff? Nah, you wouldn't want that stuff. It's fine, but too fruity for my taste. Something good in Dwarven now. If you could find some of that, maybe we could have a deal.
Says the halfling.
Yeah.
Look, you dwarves know how to make some good ale, some good booze. What can I say?
Especially that tea ale.
You did... Oh! Really? You tried that stuff? You should know better than to ask anything from that crazy thing. Zarius is always insane. Why do you think he serves a bar, not eats half the clientele? That old orb. Did I tell you I'm the one that lost him his eye?
Nope.
Yeah. We're old pals. Why do you think I don't go drinking in town here?
Oh, that would explain things.
I think I took a little bit more out than when I took out his eye.
Uh-oh. So you should stay on the ship.
That's how I got this one. As he kind of pulls down his shoulder, and you can see like this weird, like kind of bite scar on it. I was in the thing's mouth, stabbing at his eye for a while. Took a little bit to gouge the thing out, but
Noted.
I still have the arm then.
So, okay. You're willing possibly to pitch in. You just don't know how much.
You know what? Since I like you kids. And, at very least, if you end up dying, I can get your share. How about that?
Fair enough.
Alright then. As he pulls off his eye patch, kind of smacks the back of his head, and this diamond the size of a halfling's eye just kind of pops out.
Ugh.
Jeez.
That's disturbing.
As like you can see, it's just like a hole now in his head, of course, where his eye probably would have been. There's like some scarring around. You're not sure what happened. As he then puts the eye patch back and goes, "Here, 500. That should cover a good chunk of it. I've been saving that one for a rainy day, but it sounds like a little bit of adventure might be a rainy day. Maybe I can finally get enough to retire. Ugh, retirement. Some good women, a fine beach somewhere, some of those funny little drinks with
the umbrellas?
with little pieces of fruit in them or something. Yes."
That you just said you didn't like fruity drinks. I'm so confused.
I said I didn't like drinks that were fruity. Doesn't mean I didn't want fruit on my drinks. Come on. Give it the program. You have to know your drinks.
It's dwarven ale with chunks of fruit in it.
I think you're going to be a tad disappointed with that idea.
Yeah. I believe those are called ciders, sir. Alright, so I'll take it and put it in a pocket and be like, okay, thank you very much, and of course we will try to see if we can find you some fine dwarven ale, and hopefully we can get on our way soon. Yeah.
Aye. Now leave me. I got some inventorying to do, or something.
Something important.
As like he like moves his like good arm and he like shakes it a little bit as you see like what looks to be like a small like dagger that was sort of pressed up to the side of his arm and kind of got stuck because he was sleeping on it for like, I don't know, like 8 hours.
Yeah, as he's like kind of doing that, she'll be like backing out of the room and like kind of pushing Helga to like no before he changes his mind. Man, I totally should have lifted up the eye patch.
Now, like, when you see the diamond, you can actually see, like, it appears that it's been carved sort of almost vaguely in the shape of an eye, too.
Ooh. Creepy.
Yeah.
Alright. So, okay, we only have to get 154 gold. That's all we have left to collect.
Mm-hmm.
To the captain?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to try talking to Scrags.
Nah, let's just go to the captain.
Let's just go. You're afraid of the weird dragon minotaur centaur thingy,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Just a little sketchy.
A little sketchy. Okay. To the captain. I guess we'll go to the map room.
Okay.
That's where we usually seem to find her.
The map room seems more in disarray than you've ever seen it before, as much as it, like, had, like, maps spread out over a table. Now there's all kinds of books all over the place, there's maps all over the table, there's a couple of pillows lying around.
It's Chan.
He seems to be sitting there writing in a book. Oh, yes. Indeed. Mm-hmm. Fascinating.
Talking to himself, of course.
Yes.
And the captain's nowhere to be seen in.
You do not see the captain in there.
Do we see Valis?
No. In fact, actually, you do see someone, but you see Crowl. Crowl seems just to be sort of observing what was happening and scratching his head. It seems like he came in a little ahead of you, and is just sort of confused about what's going on.
And who is he again?
He is the head carpenter.
Ah. So wait,
He's basically in charge of making sure the ship stays in one piece, regardless of the damage it takes.
Okay. And you said he's just kind of like right inside the room.
Yeah.
Probably like reach up and kind of like grab his like sleeve or something and kind of give it a tug and like almost like motion like shh, quiet and like back up like to get him out of the room.
Okay.
Like out of the hall.
Why is there an insane old man in the map room?
That is a very relevant question. He is actually going to be taking us on quite the adventure, and that's why we're looking for the captain.
He's just gonna like look at you with this look of like, you're kidding me, just like.
Okay.
She's probably in her quarters. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you're the head carpenter, so you're also a high-ranking officer, and I guess we could pitch it to you as well. But there's
He's gonna put up his hand, his finger towards your mouth, stop you for a second, put your hand on your shoulder, and be like, "I'll go along with whatever crazy plan is, but I'm not supporting any crazy plan you have. Not with that. I'm getting back to work."
Okay. Thanks. Wait, as he walks away again.
He's just leaving. He's like, nope.
And out.
And out.
This is Crow out. Damn it. So I'll shrug and look at Helja. I tried. I got nothing.
I'm just gonna shake my shoulders so I'm laughing.
All right, to her quarters, I guess.
All right.
Alright.
So, you will be able to make it to her quarters very finally. So, you managed to make it there, and of course, entering inside. You would knock, I guess. Then I'm assuming.
Yeah. You're gonna just kick down the door and walk in. Jeez. I have some manners. Basic
Surprisingly.
ones. They're very basic.
All right. So you'll sort of head into the door, and of course, you'll knock. The captain will eventually call. Come on in.
Okay. Are you ready, Helja?
Yep.
Go. Push the door open. Good morning, Captain. Shit.
Morning.
So we did find out more about the temple with all the treasure and everything, and we do have almost our hands on the heartwarm crystal, which will get us into the temple. And we need just the remainder of the funds.
Okay.
It's 154 gold is what we need.
That's not too bad. All right. Sure. Well, ship can support that. Anything else then for now?
Maybe, is there a chance that Valis could go with us into town to retrieve the crystal when we go to pay it off? Could we just borrow him for that little trek?
I guess so.
Okay, that would be great. Because the elf that I kind of outbid wasn't very happy, and I just, don't want
Elf?
there being any trouble. Yeah, there was an elf. He was rude. He was super rude.
All right then. Sure.
It's just this guy. These people.
When are you planning on heading into town?
We'll be leaving a little bit before noon. The heartworm crystal should be delivered to Callan's Curiosity something shop sometime around noon. So I was hoping to get there before it gets delivered to, make sure we have all the funds arranged.
I understand. All right. Okay. If Valis is going with you, I'll have him have the money.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And she's gonna kind of step forward and stick out a hand. I'm super excited. Oh, it's working. Oh my god.
Captain's just gonna kind of shake her head and be like, and dismiss you.
Okay. Great. Let's go.
Sweet.
So when we get out into the hall, I'm gonna be like, Helja, we did it! Holy crap!
Right.
I thought I was gonna get kicked off the boat and thrown in prison. Okay, so we got, just to recap, we got money from Droon, and trying to make a list. All right, me.
We need to go retrieve the money from that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fitzgerald or Fitzwilliam.
Yeah.
I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzwilliam. Valis. Captain. Am I missing anybody?
Probably not.
No, because we already got the stone from Crow. No, we got the stone from Lucky. Sorry. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so wander around. It's been how long has it been? Just a couple hours?
Probably a couple hours. It's probably getting relatively close there.
Okay. Probably swing by the kitchen and get the money from Droon and maybe grab a quick bite to eat. Helja? Sound good?
Alright, yeah.
Alright, and then we'll tell him, like, fill him in on, like, yeah, we got money and blah, 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 and yay, hurrah, hurrah. So.
Alright then. He'll be like, oh, good for you. Excellent. Oh, good.
Congratulations.
At least we're not screwed on that front. And the captain was, well, alright with everything?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't seem like bouncing off the walls thrilled, but she wasn't like, no. Very low bar there.
Well, isn't that a hoot? Great. Alright. Well, good luck to you.
Everyone seems grumpy this morning.
I know.
Sorry.
Did the captain say something to make you all grumpy?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I am excited about the adventure. It's just a busy work day already and stuff,
Oh, as soon as we get back with the crystal and get it, like, safely hidden on the boat somewhere, I'll be back, and I promise I'll help. I'll do double work, double hard.
Thank you, little lady. He'll kind of pat you on the shoulder and be like, well, better be on your way then.
Yep. Alright. Then we, I guess, head out, because we'll grab the money up on deck when we get off the ship, so.
We have to go get Valis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming he'll probably be up on deck waiting
He will
for
be
us.
there
Yeah.
waiting for you, yes.
Because he's good like that.
He is, traditionally.
Okay, then that's everything we need. And before we go, I'm going to tell you guys, hey guys, I'm going to change. I'm actually going to go back down to our quarters, and I'm actually going to put on like the nice clothes again, but not all of the same, just like maybe if there was like a skirt, like the skirt, but then put on like a different top, so it's not the same outfit. And then I'm going to make myself look kind of just like a generic woman.
Okay.
Super generic woman. Just like human, blonde, shoulder length, short hair, or, straight hair, plain, nothing special. And
Okay,
then
cool.
go back up on deck. So that's one use of my disguise self.
All right. You look very plain and regular.
Good. That's what I want. And when I get back on deck, I'll be like, hey guys, okay, that elf wasn't very happy last night, so maybe not looking like myself would be good.
Elf?
Yeah, there was an elf we were at the auction, and he was trying to bid on the stone as well, or the crystal, and I beat him. He was not happy.
Whatever, let's get going.
Okay.
All right. Excuse me. So you will manage to then head through town successfully and get to Callan's shop once again.
All right. As we go in, I actually would I still have that invitation from the night before that he'd given us?
Theoretically, if you didn't take it off of yourself.
I mean, I probably just stuffed it in like a pocket of my whatever.
Yeah. So you probably do have it with you. Yeah, we could say yes.
All right. Yeah. So when we go in, because I don't look like myself anymore, that could be a problem. Walk in and wave to Callan. Damn it, Callan.
He's Callan instead of
Not
Callan.
He's
Callan.
Callan.
Yes.
like Talon, but with a C.
Yeah. Calin instead of Kellen.
Yep. So wave to him and then kind of just walk over. Good morning.
Oh, morning. Well, greetings. I know one of you. Oh, are you friends of the others?
Yeah, at Helja.
Yes, Helja. I recognize you. Okay, excellent. Are the others coming with the remainder of the money? I don't want to deny them, but if they show up and I don't have said cash, I will probably have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. As he's like talking with them, I'm gonna pull out like the piece of the invitation, and kind of like hand it over. Like, yes, we come and have brought the money.
Oh, excellent. Very good then. Well,
start piling all the money on the counter, the additional funds.
How quaint. As he then gets out a small chest and sort of shoves everything into it, kind of pushes it down with a kind of struggle because it's kind of heavy. He kind of thumps it down. He kind of then sort of pushes it over next to what appears to be a couple of chests. Excellent. Well, either you'd want to make yourself scarce or just hang around somewhere out of sight.
Do you think there's a preference to whether we should be here or not? Do you suspect?
You don't generally look like the folks that would shop at my,
You have a nice skirt on.
Maybe you, but the other two, not really. They look like they stepped straight off of a boat. I'm fairly certain you did step straight off a boat, but that's besides the point.
Okay. Do you guys want to just wait? How far away was that little cafe place?
A decent distance, but not so far that like a couple blocks away, I'd say. You consider it?
Yeah. No, I was thinking of like if it was like across the street.
Nah, unfortunately.
Is there another shop nearby that we could kind of duck into to keep an eye on the front of this store?
There's a Tanner's nearby.
The what is?
The Tanner's.
You guys want to go over there just so we can kind of keep an eye on it?
That might be a little suspicious. Just like standing in a tanner shop not doing anything.
Okay. Well, we can't just stand in the middle of the street not doing anything.
No.
I mean, are there alleys?
Sure.
Is there like an alley across the street that we could duck into and watch?
Not shady at all. Not exactly across the street, but still relatively across the street, sure.
Okay.
And
I kind of just want to make it that we're like keeping an eye on the front of the store in case, like, I don't know, the elven people show up right after the stone is delivered or something shady like that.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Not paranoid.
Not paranoid at all. Totally ready.
Totally ready. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I would suggest like going over there and just hanging out. Maybe, do I have any like dice or anything? Like we could make it look like we're just playing a game or something in the alley.
You're gambling in a random alley?
Why the hell not? It's 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. Why not?
It's perfect time to gamble in an alley.
Perfect time to gamble in an alley and a nice skirt.
Roll them bones.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sure. I mean, you probably have something with you, I'm assuming, maybe. Like, either one of you has, like, playing cards or dice or something.
I have my notebook. We can play tic-tac-toe.
There we go.
In an alley.
We'll play some Hangman.
Alright, so you're figuring some kind of game out to do in an alley while waiting. Probably about, like, half an hour later, you're going to see a man you recognize as one of the men from the auction house, the one that you basically gave your information to. He's going to be accompanied by a couple of armed guards. They're going to head inside. There sounds like a slight commotion going on in there for a little while. And then a little while later, the men leave. And accompanying the man, the auction man, the man from the auction again. The guards leave with him.
Do they have the chests that were in his...
It just looked... Well, oh yes, they are carrying the... Like, one of them's got 2 chests. They each have, like, 2 chests over their shoulders. They're carrying them.
So it does look like they took the money and left the stone.
You're not sure if they left the stone or not, but they took the money.
They better fucking left that stone, or I will hunt them down in my fancy skirt. Okay, yeah. After they get like a couple like buildings away, so that we're not like cutting right in front of them, I think we should go in.
Okay. You'll see kind of like you don't see like Callan very much. He's sort of like back behind the counter. He seems to be like sitting over like a mirror or something and doing something to like his face or something. Thugs.
Wait. I just totally lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Okay.
Wait.
Pause. Okay, we're good.
We're good. Did everything go okay?
As well as it was to be expected. The transaction was made. You have your gem. Let me get to it a second. But, of course, I was correct that they did suspect possibly I was behind the theft. They're barbarians, I should say. But I am all right.
Does he look injured?
Sorry. It looks like he's, like, doing something to one of his eyes. He looks to be... it's like when you get a little closer, it looks like he's applying some kind of makeup to it.
I'm tempted to do, like, a healing word or something, guys. Just, good favor. Good favor.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me take a look. And I'll kind of walk over and just, like... where you kind of hold out your hand almost like you're going to grab somebody's chin?
Yeah.
Like, to, like, look them up and down. Like, just to see if he's going to let me actually, like, touch him.
Mm. No, he'll be like, he'll put up his arm and, like, sort of block you. Like, I'm fine. I've put up through worse over the years.
And you only get a healing word. Not a cure wounds. Cure wounds is a touch spell. So.
Okay. Oh. Well, thank you, kind lady. Thank you for assisting me. It'd probably help with the, healing process. Getting blindsided a little bit is not my idea of fun.
Well, sorry it didn't go 100% smooth, but,
Oh, this is actually probably for the best for everything that's ended up for us. I was worried they would have done worse.
Oh. Okay, then. So. The crystal?
Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah. He'll bring out, like, a small box. He'll kind of crack it open. And there's a strange sort of, it's like a compound gem, you could almost say. It's like it's got, like, almost tiny little, like, shapes all across it, kind of compounded across, like, almost like if it was, like, an oddly shaped massive dice, kind of thing. Okay. It's kind of actually, egg-shaped, and it has this kind of almost pinkish red color to it, that when it hits the light, it almost seems to glow a little bit.
Okay. And it looks how Richan described it, right?
Yes. We'll say yes.
Okay. So she'll nod and let him, if he's going to close it or whatever, and then set it. I guess he's going to set it on the counter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't want to seem like she's, like, too eager.
Mm-hmm.
But she's definitely, like, if you could see her tail, which is hidden under the skirt at the moment, it's, like, twitching back and forth, like, ooh, shiny.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure doing business with you.
And you as well. And then pause on the top of the chest.
Okay.
Helga or Valis, do either of you want to carry it, or can I hold on to it?
Why don't you hold on to it just in case?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrapped around like, yes, my precious. No. The biggest, shiniest stone she's ever held. Thank you, and I guess we should head back to the ship.
Okay. So you
No, we're not getting dwarven ale. We don't have time for that.
You don't have time for the dwarven ale.
Wait, in fairness, we did not say we would get it here necessarily. We just said that we would get him some. We are broke at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, head back.
Okay. You'll manage to get back to the ship relatively safely then.
Yay.
Doesn't seem to be any kind of like... it's like the dock is as busy as it normally is in this area, which isn't very busy overall.
As we're going back, do we see the elves at all?
You didn't take notice of anything. You do still see their ship in dock.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would go... I think once we get on the ship, so Helga and Valis, I think we should take this straight to the captain. She'd probably be the best one to hold on to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Do you want me to, or Valis, do you want to? I trust Valis.
Valis is going to take like a look at the thing and say, look, I'm pretty sure I know what the captain's going to say. And this is your crazy boat. And you have a crazy old man upstairs. Why don't you leave it with him? If we're keeping him out of Tribe's way, he might be the safest to leave it with.
He also might lose it.
I mean, there isn't really a place to lose it in that room. I don't think there is.
Be surprised. Challenge accepted. No. So, yeah, okay. So then I guess she would go, all right, well, I'm going to offer for the captain hold on to it. If she says then to leave it with reach hand, then that's what we'll do.
All right. Okay, so you'll head to the captain's.
Yeah.
Knock again. Come in.
All right. Go in, like, more, like, confident, like, forcefully this time. Like, yeah, check it out. Bam! Got the stone.
You actually accomplished something. Near I was thinking this was a fruitful entire thing. Well, I owe Valis 20 gold.
Oh, they had bets on us? Bastards.
Surprising.
Yeah, we actually didn't get into any trouble either. Well, we didn't get into any serious trouble either. So it all went off
sure you didn't.
Quite well.
We'll find out for sure on our journey if that's the truth or not. But good work for now. What were you planning on doing with the gem?
Well, we were wondering if you had a suggestion for safekeeping. Since this is your ship, you know every inch of it. Where would be the best place to keep it safe? And
we don't have a smuggler's hold on this one. It wasn't needed on the ship. We haven't done any kind of smuggling, so we had one installed.
I didn't know that was even a thing, but okay.
As for any kind of other safe spots, can't say for sure. We probably wanted to be with someone, and unfortunately, I won't be able to hold on to it the entire time. Do you have someone better that you think can hold on to it, that probably won't get themselves in trouble? I mean, what about your old man friend? I don't know how you know more about him.
I guess we could leave it with him. I'm okay.
I mean, if you had someone else in mind, I could help you out. Let you know if they would be truly a good person or not, or a possible person.
I mean, I only know, like, Droon.
Droon probably would be okay, but I can't guarantee it will be the cleanest once you get it back.
Oh.
I don't know if I don't know if dirt will affect its usefulness. So maybe not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we will leave it with the old man, I guess. Cringe.
You know better at this case than me.
All right. So I do have one thing that I wanted to present before we take out of port.
Mm-hmm.
Is once we get away from the ports, what are the rules? Like, are there any rules? Are there any laws? Like basically, what happens if we're attacked by another ship besides, defeating them off?
Depends on the space you're in. This area here is pretty well patrolled. Pretty general rules of engagement. Probably not laws like you're describing, like we would have here in port. But usually it's don't engage in piracy, and at least this space, don't engage in slavery. Generally speaking.
Okay.
There are certain areas that I would say avoided unless you want to face these sort of things. Beholder-controlled space tends to be pretty dangerous. They have a section here. Probably don't have to worry about the Neogi in the area. They do have a presence, but not a major one. More traveling through than anything. Mind flayers themselves, well, you never know what you're going to get with them.
Okay.
Most of the time, they're traitors. And there are probably plenty of humans out there that would take advantage of you if you're not careful.
Okay, the reason I ask is I'm sure you're aware of the elven ship that is also in port.
In dock? Well, of course.
That may or may not be the elf I made upset.
Might be on that ship.
Might be. Just so you're aware. We're not friends.
Theoretically, he wouldn't just attack us if he has the ear of his captain, so to say. I doubt they'll attack us directly. They might wait for an opportunity and an excuse at most.
So don't give them any excuses.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do they know that were on the ship?
I don't know. I just know that they know that I was a cat person, and they were not happy. I don't know if they know... They know that we went to Kellen's to get this stone. That's all that I know that they know. Beyond that, I'm not sure if they've seen us coming and going from the ship. I'm not sure if they know anything further. And I'm not sure if Callan sold any information to them, because, I mean, who knows what he'll do for money.
Yeah.
Don't trust him completely, do you?
Well, it's not that I don't trust him. I just don't know him, so I can't trust him.
I don't trust him.
I was told not to trust people, okay? I'm not trusting people.
Considering he did get into like a fight, I'm just
Interesting.
Scuffle.
Yeah.
I mean, technically I got in a fight too, but
Yeah.
I wasn't me. I was generic human one. I was Todd the human.
That's something that hand just doesn't sit well with me.
We'll keep an eye out. How's that sound?
Yeah. Also, what was that pirate's name? There was a pirate.
Captain
Remember the
Bloodhawk.
pirate?
Captain Bloodhawk, Scourge of Crinspace.
Yeah, that one.
Crinspace? We're a little far from Crinspace. What would someone be doing here from there? Especially the Scourge of it.
Scourge of it. Yeah, I'm not really sure. That's who knows me. That's who knows me as the random person. But he was very, very angered by my words.
Okay.
And he did punch me. Quite hard, in fact.
All right. So who didn't you start a fight with?
The nice owner of the little cafe in town. and the Beholder. I didn't start fights with them.
Wonderful.
I didn't start any fights. They started them all. I just, maybe egged them on.
Well, I've arranged for some help for us for long-term travel, but it's going to be probably tomorrow before I can arrange. They'll be on board the ship.
Okay.
Some people with abilities that allow us to travel deeper and longer in space. Because it'll probably be a couple of months before we arriving, at least, until we get there. So why don't you and your friends, after dropping the crystal off, figure out if you need any more supplies for a long-term trip. We've arranged most of the food to be brought in tomorrow, and most of the remaining supplies for such a long trip. We have no cargo, so the cargo hold's going to be pretty filled with material. Again, I've also arranged for a couple of the crew have left the ship, and I've arranged for a couple more from the docks here, plus a couple of special people on board that will definitely assist us.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds good. I don't have any more questions. Do you?
Nope.
All right. I guess we'll go drop the stone off with Rechan. I have a feeling this is gonna bite us in the ass.
All right. So you'll head to Rechan. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's okay. Before we go in there, Helga, do you think this is the best idea?
Personally,
No.
No.
Okay, then maybe we won't. I just don't know who. I don't think any of us should carry it because we're jumping, we're more out and about. Droon? I mean, I trust Droon, but I don't know.
I don't know.
What about... okay, question. How big is it?
For you guys, maybe like the size of a fist.
So bigger than a halfling's eye.
Yes.
Damn it.
And the way it's shaped, it would be like sticking out of his skull anyway, because it's like kind of oval shaped and longer.
Yeah, you just put that in the pointy end first.
You could just hammer it.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's me.
What about hiding it in Kellen's bucket of trinket stuff?
Well, I mean, we have mattresses, right?
Not
No, we have
really.
hammocks.
We have hammocks.
Hammocks. Damn it.
So you're thinking
have
hide it in our quarters?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. Maybe Kellen can make some kind of lockbox for it.
Is there anything easily carved in our quarters?
I mean, you could ask Callan if there's like a place to like figure out and hide on the ship. He might know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He has done some carpentry work.
Who have you been working for?
Just anybody. Pretty
Anybody.
Much. Yeah.
And you don't
She's
have
a
any
gopher.
particular preference to like, I totally trust this guy. I mean, Drew
No.
stays in the kitchen, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm thinking him, because he stays downside in the kitchen.
What's his personality like?
Grumpy?
Does he seem extremely trustful?
He stays in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He cooks food and we haven't been poisoned yet. Again, very low bar.
How willing would he be to hide such a
I mean, he
big
was the
priced
first
item?
one on board, so like first one on board with the idea and like kind of more gung ho
Yeah.
about it. So I think he'd be willing to watch it.
Alright, let's do Drew then.
Okay, yeah, because the crazy old man.
How?
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy and all, but he seems crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to Droon instead.
Okay.
And then ask him to hide it.
All right. He'll be like, "Oh, right. I guess so." aha! He's gonna go over to the corner and, like, open up this barrel. You've never seen him open up. And it appears to be filled with, like, this kind of white gelatinous stuff with kind of, like, it looks like, maybe like a
like
little...
fat.
Yeah, like fat. It has, like, a little bit of,
Barf.
like, mold growing on the top. He kind of scrapes it to the side. He then kind of, like, squeezes it down in there and then pulls out, like, a piece of meat. He's like, this one's good to go. We'll replace it. Looks like we're having some meat for dinner. Clunk.
Awesome.
Oh.
It's okay. It's just stone. It'll wash off. It'll be fine. At least we know it's safe.
I'm not grossed out about that. I'm grossed out about the meat.
The meat? The lump of meat he just pulled out.
Yeah.
It was deep below the level of mold, which was only on the surface.
And Droon, you will definitely make sure it doesn't end up in somebody's soup.
Only I go in there ever anyway.
Okay, good. Unless you send me in there, in which case I'll know.
Okay. Why don't I pause here? There's some kind of noise in my background, and I could totally check it out. And I wanted to take a break soon anyway, so why don't we take our small, like, 5-minute break to get a drink and stuff, and then why don't we get back to it, and we can figure out what's happening next after you've basically dropped off the thing. So we'll be right back in a couple of minutes, folks. All right.
All right.
Be back.
And we're back, everybody. Let me actually readjust myself because I'm leaning down into like position of not on screen. There we go. All right. So we last left off just a minute ago. You basically have now Droon storing your powerful magic gem in a pile of lard. In a barrel of lard.
Barrel o' lard.
Mm-hmm. That may or may not have an undetermined amount of meat within that barrel of lard.
Just don't roll out the barrel.
Ugh.
Keeps it nice and moist. This is a French technique, thank you very much, in our world.
Stop keeping your meat moist.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Moving on.
Yeah. What do you folks want to do now?
Well, I'm still asleep unless someone woke me up.
You probably woke up by now. It's like the mid-afternoon.
Yeah. I would probably, after we hid the stone, I had agreed to help Droon, with the normal chores and stuff.
Okay.
So
Yep.
pick up my slack on that stuff.
Okay. So you'll be helping out there.
Go check in with the carpenter.
He probably has some kind of job for you to do if you bother him. He'd be like, hey, you can do this with me.
Okay.
The one that was like, nope. Have a nice day.
Yep.
Have you met our guest on ship?
He has. And fear has overcome him. Fear of whatever bring about by inviting such danger upon the ship.
He's just a little crazy. He's still good. He's
He's a good egg,
Just only a little bit insane, probably.
Mostly.
Just a bit.
You mean a touch of dementia?
Touch of dementia. Only
Just a bit.
smidge. All right. So I guess you folks are just gonna kind of go out the day.
Yeah.
Are any of you doing anything to prepare for the trip?
I have no money, so I have nothing I can really prepare.
Yeah. Same here.
Same.
Okay.
I can play around with my junk.
Okay.
Well, that didn't sound right.
I love that you're like, I can play behind it. Wait a second. Like, I regret everything.
Well, you've been saying I can tinker a bit with my junk. Doesn't sound right either, so... Yeah.
I can twiddle with my things. Nope, still bad.
I can invent. How's that?
There you go. That works. And I'm cooking.
Okay. You go through the rest of the day fine. The next day, all of you are going about your task as usual, as the ship seems to be prepping for the long journey. You can see there's this, Whisper, you at least recognize the race of it. There's one of those, eight-legged, insect-like creatures kind of walking around on the deck, discussing something with, Valis and the captain.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything to him, though, because I'm assuming they're not all crappy.
You don't know much about them, except for that one that was kind of a douche.
Kind of? He tried to sell me into slavery.
Just because he could get a good price for you.
Only a little bit of slavery. I mean,
Never hurt anybody, right?
Never hurt. Okay.
Never hurt.
Never hurt anybody.
At least it wasn't selling you for dinner.
Well,
that was next.
Yeah. Slavery for a while, then dinner later on.
Yeah.
Build up the muscle.
You have to tender it.
So, after a while, this thing will leave, and it looks like some large amounts of supplies are coming on board the ship. After, in between all of you, you will notice a couple of new crew members are going to arrive, a couple more people, this kind of lanky-looking elf, a dwarf. You notice something you haven't seen out in space before. There seems to be a dragonborn amongst them, too. That seems to be, wanting to do... Who seems to be doing sailing work. You see 3 strange-looking reptilian creatures. They kind of like have scales covering their body, kind of like frog-like legs and webbed fingers. Its face looks a little bit like kind of like a troll's, kind of pointed ears and nose, very sharp chin. You see the three of them, and the thing is, like, at first you might be like, they look a lot alike because of whatever race they are, but the three of them seem very much so alike.
Like twins.
Yes, but triplets.
I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, there's 3 triplets. I'm worried.
Twin plus 1.
They seem to, of course, introduce themselves to the captain. And then they seem to like find a place on board. The three of them together. A little later in the day, towards the end of the day, you're going to see another interesting crew member. You're going to see like a 5-foot-tall, what almost looks like praying mantis-like person, with kind of 4 sort of arms. 2 of them are like huge and like blade hooks, and then like 2 of them are almost like smaller hands. They're kind of hand-like. It's kind of like a strange insect kind of thing, kind of move on board. I'm guessing, Helja, you can overhear this. The captain be like, welcome, Doctor. I'm glad you could have come aboard. I'm glad you... Yeah. Your language is difficult. Oh, pardon my difficulty speaking it. Do you have
like him already.
a place for me to work? I do indeed. I'm afraid your surgical talents will probably be needed, but I also require help on your more mystical talents too. I know for a fact that you've seemingly, well, you're unusual for your people, as you have trained at a to serve a higher power. It's kind of twitch his head a little bit. Yes, this is true. Should you need my abilities on either end, I can assist. But know this, I will not break my beliefs if you will have me aboard. Indeed. We've prepared a spot for you. Valis will escort the strange insect mantis guy somewhere. Or girl. You can't really tell.
Is that the only weird one we see?
Those are the only 2 really weird ones that sort of showed up all of a sudden. I mean, the rest of just the normal crew you have, sort of before. I mean, you will see some you did have some, generally speaking, a interesting group anyway. It was mostly humans aboard the ship. It seems a few of the humans were the ones that left. So of course you got, like as I said, you got another elf. You already had an elf aboard the ship. There was another dwarf, 2 dwarfs aboard the ship that you would have met. A couple more halflings, a lizard folk, and some kind of strange, monkey fellow. Who
Hello.
Yeah. Who hangs out in the rig, and where the rigging would be.
Awesome.
So.
I bet he has a tale to tell.
No. He doesn't have a tail.
More like an orangutan.
Yeah, like that. And also, he seems to have, like, flaps of skin under each of his arms that he can sort of glide with.
Is he cloaked?
He's a sugar glider, guys!
I was just thinking that.
A giant talking one.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
I know,
Apparently-
right?
apparently-
Cloaked ape.
No, but he's the most respected. He seems to be the most respected member, as he's very hardworking. As most, you've only heard people refer him to as the Deck Ape.
The decade. Aw, he doesn't even get a cool name.
Well, you don't know his actual name. That's what they refer to him as.
I'm gonna find his real name then.
You probably can if you want to go talk to him.
Well, I'm down below,
Okay.
still helping probably until we get like actually out of port. I'll probably be helping with unloading everything, and I'm assuming there's like inventory that has to be done and all that fun.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of new stuff that's
fun
coming
nonsense.
Uh-huh.
Skimping out on my duties.
Duties.
Duties! Ha 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 ha.
We're children.
I noticed.
Duties.
Alright then.
It's been a long weekend. Just saying.
Just saying.
Yes.
So, your crew seems to be aboard. And about, like, the evening, it looks like the ship is ready to set sail. The ship seems to be full of crew. You kind of got the feeling that the crew wasn't quite maximized beforehand, but you lost some people and then gained a whole bunch of people, including a couple unusual folks now.
Yes. The doctor's not sleeping anywhere near us, right?
Same floor.
That's fine.
Like, all the crew is pretty much, except for a few of the officers, was on the floor you're on.
But
As long as I'm
in
not
our-
bunking next to him, I'm fine.
Yeah.
the weird. None of us like him, and we don't even know him yet. We're all like, nope, he's weird.
Nope,
He's
nope,
weird.
nope.
Here's a handful of no thank you. Yeah.
Oh, come on. He's just got some forearm blades and, you know, little tiny kind of almost hand-like structures, though they're not, like, actual hands.
Nah, I'm good.
Nope, nope.
Nope.
Mhm.
Handful of no.
You don't want the praying mantis to get some surgery on you?
Nope.
Wow, a group of them is called a surgery. Nice to know.
Oh, wow.
I love that. Anyway, alright. So the ship will then begin to set sail. You will notice, though, when you're getting ready to leave, the elven ship has already left. And most of the ships that were in dock are gone now. There's only one ship remaining currently.
I'm glad the elven ship left ahead of time.
Yeah. But that just means it could be waiting for us.
Yes, but at least we know it won't be following.
I don't know how that's any better. If it knows where we're going, it could be waiting to follow us once we get further there.
Or just waiting at the planet if it knows where the planet is.
We're not paranoid at all.
Not paranoid at all.
I'll make sure to have some elven wine for him.
Yeah. For his crotch specifically.
Yes. It's not winey enough.
Your crotch isn't whiny enough. I'm sorry. Alright, so once again, the ship sort of roars to life with, like, a magical energy as, like, a field sort of kind of fills over top of it, as you can feel, like, almost, like an energy sort of emerge out from there. Your ship will then begin to take out from port, seemingly not really having to wait for anything because, again, you're the only ship leaving at this point in time anyway, so you have that advantage. Yep. You'll begin to travel out, sort of, what seemingly continuing on the direction you were going in, deeper into space. So, it will just kind of head out, and you'll begin the journey. Was there anything any of you particularly wanted to do along the journey, just to get it out of the way?
I was planning to tinker presents for each of my friends here. Whisper's already got hers. Helja, I'm making you an automatic brush cleaner.
Okay.
For your paintbrushes. I know you like.
Yay!
Oh, I thought it was going to be for her beard.
Well, she might not have a beard. It's up to her. Depends on the type of dwarf. Some dwarf females have it, some don't. You know.
But I was thinking like hairbrush. So I was like, oh, okay.
I specialized for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I'm going to make for the crow yet.
A shiny pebble to put it in his nest.
Maybe something that helps with his gestures. I don't know.
Maybe it would help.
Just a speech device.
Yes.
There you go. I think
help.
the only thing I would do is the books, like a lot of the books that Rechan brought.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely try to take some time to like flip through them and read from them when I can, as well as like the 2 books that I have. So basically, I want to read all the books that are available.
All right. Cool. So you can spend some time definitely reading along the journey. That's definitely something you can do. The stories will be... He brought a weird collection of books, and some of them are definitely in languages you do not understand at all. Others you, like, there are some in, like, common, others in, like, very strange languages, some in languages that you're like, I've seen this before somewhere, but I can't read it, kind of thing, you know?
Okay.
That was fun.
I'll probably actually read some of them as well.
Okay.
With my history of being growing up in a library, I'm probably a bit curious.
Okay, so you can spend some time bonding with the old man. You can learn a couple of things. You could definitely learn some names of some more people over the time you have. As it's about a week, and then you approach what is best described as the edge of your universe, as far as you can tell. It almost seems that way. You just get to the edge of everything, and it's so strange. As if you kind of reach this gem-like shell that seems almost impossible to, like, understand how it works.
My tiny brain.
Mm-hmm. It after some you seem to have like headed to a specific location on it almost, and you will see like the captain will get out on deck at a certain point in time and cast some kind of spell, as you see like almost as if a shimmering portion of the very crystal in front of you seems to almost open up.
Interesting.
Beyond that, like as soon as it opens up and the crystal itself kind of parts out of your way, you can just see beyond it is a sight you would have never understood. It is this glowing rainbow of almost energy and stuff that seems to flow everywhere at all times. You'll be warned to be like, the captain will kind of go around everybody on the deck and be everybody in the crew and be like, be it a warning for those of you that haven't traveled outside. The Phlogiston is dangerous. We're going to be leaving wild space now. We're going to be entering into the Rainbow Ocean. And while you're here, you have to remember a couple of rules. For one thing, no fire. No flame here. Anything will cause explosions far beyond you could imagine. And we'll probably all burn.
I look over at Reginald.
I was thinking the same thing, like, oh god. No fire. Mental note. That includes gunpowder, right?
That would indeed include gunpowder.
Okay. Keep that in mind, Kellen. No firing of the guns.
I haven't finished making mine yet.
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 But if you should happen to finish making it, please don't kill us all.
Kill us all. Got it.
No, no kill, please.
Like, as soon as you pass through, like, you can see the, like, portal that kind of opened up behind you kind of shimmer closed, and now it is once again this kind of crystal shell almost. Like, and you can see that the sphere is sized beyond anything you can imagine. So it seems to stretch in all directions. And as you go farther and farther from it, you can see its immense size. As if the very universe you knew about was within this gigantic shell, floating out in this kind of river of this rainbow energy, which seems to glow. There seems to be no need for any kind of light around here, as it just sort of kind of glows and flows all around you. Like spurts of rainbow energy that seems to kind of like brush over your hull, almost kind of like flowing in and amongst you as you're on deck.
I'm gonna turn to Whisper. What was in the food today?
Not anything special. This is really weird.
Yeah.
Don't fire anything though, you tinkerer person.
The ship will seemingly like move through it just a little bit until it hits what you can only describe as a river in amongst this flow. As it's like, think of like a river under the ocean, almost. As it sort of hits it, you can feel yourself being propelled along on it, like probably only slightly faster than you were in space, but still.
In space.
Yeah, in the wild space.
Kitties in space.
Cats in space.
Pretty much that's all I'm thinking. Just like,
Your eyes are probably really wide right now.
oh yeah, they're just like, wow, tripping out, man. Freaking out. Cool. This is weird. And
the place is like you can tell like the bubble around you is only keeping like whatever is in here out, just like the majority of it out. So you're not like choking on whatever this rainbow stuff is. You
rainbow
know?
goo.
It's like both a liquid and a gas at the same time almost. It just seems so unusual. That just seems to sort of flow over everything. You can see like the triplets, the three kind of strange sort of reptilian creatures will come up, and each of them will gesture as you'll see like this like almost burst of fog come out from them and then dissipate into the very like sphere around you. As soon as they do that, like the air seems fresher around you.
Okay.
So, wait, what did you say they look like? Reptiles?
They're kind of like sort of reptilian, kind of like they look like they almost have like elongated features, sort of like a troll or something would have, you know, like pointed nose, pointed ears, pointed chin. They like they look like a little like maybe like got some like lizard and maybe like frog and maybe fish traits in there. They're very unusual looking.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. All right, that's weird. Cool beans. I got nothing, guys. Like, what is happening?
I guess
really
Droon will
bad.
be like, so first time at the Phlogiston for all of you.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Yes.
about it. The place is, well, it can drive more than one sailor's mind insane just with the swirls of energy around here. But as long as we're aboard the ship, you'll be safe.
What happens if we go off the ship?
Well, you'll probably be lost in here forever. As much as you could possibly be retrieved in space. Here is a little different. The flow we've managed to reach. It's one of the known ones, fortunately, so it should shorten our time before we get towards the unknown spheres. That'll be dangerous. A little harder to navigate. But for now, it drives us fast. Unfortunately, this means you could easily be driven out of the gravity flow. And, if you are, well, you're out there and not with us anymore.
So do you, like, die if you go out there, or you just, like...
There isn't air out there. We have air on the ship here. Our field, the helm, keeps most of it in pretty well. Keeps us safe. Keeps most of that out there. But as you can see, wisps of the, energy come in here. That's the best way to describe it. This stuff's like a solid energy.
Is it poisonous?
Don't think so. I mean...
That's comforting. I don't think so. It might be, but
probably not as long as the air stays pretty decent in here.
What did they do?
Yeah.
Ah! You mean the new folks. The Thassin brothers. Yeah. I guess you don't know much about a wiggle. I'm sorry. That's insulting to them. Varte.
I shake my butt a little bit.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Look. Don't listen that I said that. It's an insult to their race. People use it as a term to coin for them. They're the Vrate.
Okay.
It's good to have some on board. If you can get 3 of them on board for a long-term ship, you never have to worry about air. We got lucky that the brothers were important.
They create air?
Each of them has a little bit of magic in them. They can create clouds of fog. The very fog they create creates air we can breathe.
Interesting.
It's an interesting little trick that it seems unique for their ability to cast it. Just a normal spellcaster doesn't quite work the same. They have a natural born gift for travel in space almost then.
Interesting. So...
They're a little expensive to get on board too, I'm sure. But...
what happens... Okay, they create clouds of gas.
Mm-hmm.
Which turns into air.
Fog clouds.
That turns into air.
Strange, I know. I can't explain it more. I'm not a genius at this sort of thing. That's all I know.
I'm not a mathematician. No.
It allows us to breathe better. Without it, we'd probably be choking on, well, lack of breathable air. You can only breathe in a ship so long before its air goes bad.
Hence why we had the plant backups.
That's what I thought.
Plants ain't enough for us, though. They'll keep us going. Like, the plants are good on short-term trips. Keeps us going for maybe a couple weeks. Where we're going, it could be months or years.
Years?
Can be years sometime in between port.
I didn't sign up for years. Oh, shit.
We might be looking at rainbows for years.
Could happen. That's actually why they brought the, Mantis on board.
Oh, the guy with the...
A Zitchill. Be careful of those things. That one, unusual for his race. They're not much of religious types. It did. It's got... Apparently it's strong enough that it could, summon a meal or two if we needed it, so to say.
Ah.
Wait, summon a meal?
Got the magic to do it. I've seen it happen before.
I don't understand how you summon a meal. Is this like summoning an animal that we would then kill?
No, it's, oh, wait. He can create food with a spell. Apparently, like, some clergy that study the stuff can learn it.
Okay, so not like I summon an elephant and then we kill the elephant and then we have dinner.
Nah.
No.
The problem is it's not really good stuff. So hopefully it'll be a couple meals a day at most when we start using it. We're going to go through the fresh surprise first. When we get down to the rations and stuff, which I can still spice up a little bit. Well, then we might rely on our buddy there a little bit more. I think it creates a little water, too, when he creates it, you know, just so we'll have some supplies. The other end, we will have a surgeon on board, but I would rather not have surgery from one of those folks. They, well, they always feel like they can do better than what you were to begin with.
Ah.
Oh, so they only make improvements. And she has like the air quotes.
They fix you and improve you.
It's hard to tell because I guess you never saw one before. But they like to improve themselves, too. Strange beasts.
So that's not what he always looked like?
Yes and no. They're, close to it. They're like,
Something like that.
mantis folk. Easy way of describing them. If you ever see a praying mantis, like that except human. Humanoid.
Humanish.
Yeah.
Interested.
Only human again will be human again. No.
Also, make sure you look tough around that thing, too. Don't look weak.
What happens if you look weak?
Might not help you out when you're in danger.
Don't flail about.
Like a shark. Sharks will eat you if you're flailing because they think you're easy prey.
It's more that they,
Don't respect the weak.
yeah.
Oh.
Stories are they come from some place where, you know, they were the bottom of the food chain. Get that. And they're that size. So,
Ugh.
Okay.
yeah.
Don't mess
Notes
with
taken.
mantis.
So, when you're weak and on that kind of location, well, you don't survive long.
Is there anything else we should know about any of the new people? Like, you know, don't wear the color green or don't sing songs.
I don't know. I mean, there's that funny dragon guy. I don't know much about him.
Oh, the Dragonborn.
Ah, that's it. Sounds like you know just about as much as me.
Oh, awesome.
Maybe he has dragon powers. I never asked.
Dragon powers.
Activate.
Lasers.
What shouts does he know?
He can create
Nice.
storms.
What color is his scales?
I don't know. Mauve.
What is a mauve dragon breed?
He's red. We'll say red. Good old
Nice.
fire, so he could be useless around here.
Yeah.
Don't breathe.
Don't do it.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that could end very poorly for us.
Yes.
Cool. I don't think I have any more questions. Other than we've got an interesting group of people.
And we're in a
Hi.
rainbow.
We're
And
not
we're
the,
in a rainbow.
we're not the weirdest group of people. I mean, we're pretty good. I mean, we've managed to now assemble most of the, well, not all of them.
Necessities.
Yeah, but a good chunk of the spacefaring races that are out there, too. I mean, if we had aboard an arcane, that'd be weird. Let me tell you what. Wouldn't want to deal with one of them blue guys. God.
What's an arcane?
Oh. Again, I keep forgetting you guys aren't really from around here.
No.
Well, look. The arcane are a race that... What's the best way to describe them?
Awesome.
Business folk, merchants, traders. Except, well, they're pretty important around here. Most of the helms, things that keep our ships going, they supply them. No one knows how to make them. No one knows where they came from, except they can bring them.
Does
Wait,
anyone
wait.
know how to fix them if they get broken?
That's usually a little easier.
Okay,
It's,
great.
it's one thing to fix the magic on the item, you know. Another thing entirely to make it from scratch.
Just checking.
Yeah, we'd be fine if some kind of damage was to be dealt to it. I mean, we technically have 2 helms aboard the ship. not everyone can enjoy a bath like the captain.
Gotcha.
Is that when she comes out when she's all wet? She's actually driving?
Yes.
How does that work?
Um,
By the way, the whole time he's like saying all this stuff, I would have my
Yeah.
notebook and be like,
he's like trying his best. You can tell he barely knows anything. Like as soon as you ask how it works, he's like, well,
like shit, I didn't think this through.
She's not entirely human.
no, that's not it. Well, yes, but that's not it.
Wait, she's not human?
What's a good way of saying it? He's gonna like point to you, whisper. You could drive the ship technically. The rest of you know, but you could, or your little crow friend. You have to have a magic in your soul, whether it's coming from study or from a god, don't matter. But as long as you got magic, you can use one of the helms if you learn how. That's the only requirement for it. A bit of magic.
Okay, so because I can do some magic, I could drive it.
Aye.
It has nothing to do with her race. It has
Nope.
to do with like her abilities.
I mean, there's some races that are better at others. For example, example, Lieutenants, Fitzwilliam over there, his race can't use them at all. Something about them that, even if they learn spells, can't use it. On the other hand,
Because he's too big?
nah, just something about his race. Don't know. No one really knows why they can't use it. Hire people on instead, if they have ships. Good work for a mercenary wizard, I guess. A rastipede. Yeah, I saw you saw them. Insect-like guys. Seem to like to trade stuff. Merchants.
Slavers.
Not normally.
Oh.
Why? Did you meet one that was?
Is that what I meant? That was the insect guy?
You're assuming?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's unusual. Normally they're the terrible, not really great competition to the arcade. That's a good way of putting it. Anyway, they're really proficient at using helms. You get one in there, uses it if he's like, learned many more circles of spells than he normally would have.
Oh, does it make your magic better?
Nah, not really. But, I mean, for them, they're better at helming it. At least I heard tell about it. I haven't actually seen one do it yet. So, I mean, you hear rumors.
Yeah.
So if you're, looking for someone to, as a really good helmsman for cheap, maybe one of them, but they're not usually that cheap anyway. But a really good helmsman for your money's worth.
Do you have to be able to hold your breath a really long time?
Well, our main helm is underwater, which is unusual for a normal one. The other one isn't. You know that big chair in the back of the map room that no one seems to use?
Yeah.
That's a minor helm. That's our other helm. It's just normally, unless we need someone to drive the ship without the captain that can't hold their breath, I mean, that's where we send them.
Why can't she hold her breath so long?
I mean, she could. I mean, she's good at it, but the rest of us aren't really.
No, I mean, why can she? Why? What is she?
She breathes both she's good at breathing both water and air. I mean, if you want to ask her questions about herself, go ahead. I'm not gonna pry anything without,
Understood.
Okay. I'm just curious. Taking notes the whole time. It's like, captain can breathe underwater very long time. Really cool.
Indeed.
So
I think
if for some reason we needed somebody else to take over the helm, anybody who can use magic can use the minor one?
Yes. I mean, we've got a few people on board that can do it technically.
And which room was that in?
The map room.
The map room.
I'm sure your old man friend probably can. He seems to have some
Yeah,
spellcasting.
that's what I was just thinking. It's in the map room with the crazy old man.
And, well, I think technically Lucky can do it if he really wanted to.
Okay.
He's got a little magic in him.
Magic fingers.
He's perhaps arcane and trickstery.
Oh, arcane and trickstery.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He's like me.
So wait, do you have any spells then?
Me? Nah.
No.
Oh, him? Joe?
Yeah.
Not
I
yet.
mean, Kellen? Yeah. Kellen has
Okay.
not gained anything as of yet.
As of yet. Okay.
Nope. Nothing has been gained as of yet.
Got it.
Yep. Oh, right then. So, are you talking to him about anything else, or are you just sort of like accepting what's going on and continuing back with your work on board the ship?
I think at this
Yeah.
point just accepting.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to get back below ship where I'm not staring at rainbow streams and probably make you nauseous.
They kind of do after you stare at them long enough. It's like, what? Just this flowing streams of rainbow energy that seem to just pour over the ship constantly. Constantly.
I would definitely be watching them.
Okay, yeah, so it's like, wow.
You're in trance.
There are colors within there that you never thought you would ever have seen in your life, and never thought that you could even imagine existing.
Exactly. You just hear the Nyan Cat song going on in my background. Like, that's it.
Yes. Yep.
The whole rest of the trip, that's where I'll be.
Alright. Kind of fast forwarding, all of you are sort of settling into your jobs, doing what you're doing. Kellen, you're working on your trinkets. I guess Elja, you're almost finding yourself in a position that you're almost being treated as one of the officers to a degree as the time goes on, just because you're basically working with all of them, you know.
Sweet.
Whisper, you're getting more and more used to basically the way that Droon cooks things. You're basically moving from, like, random inserted chef to, like, actually being trained at getting some decent cooking in, you know?
Oh, yeah, guys.
Yeah. So, like, you definitely could cook something pretty awesome now. He actually, regardless of the way that he seems to act, he is incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to food and stuff. So you can just pick up on everything. And Kellen, you definitely, like, are getting the ins and outs of the ship. You know, you've actually got an idea of how to repair some things that were, like, very unusual and connected to the ship, too.
Did I get any training from Reginald yet?
You probably can get a little bit of it, but there's
I know there's not a lot we can do in this type of space.
not at all in
Because
this
of
type
the
of space.
fire.
Because of the fire, At most, he'll probably, like, train you in the basics of, like, maybe, like, a weighted crossbow or something, just to get the feeling. You know, it's sort of like, we weighted a crossbow, so it's going to feel like a pistol or something, you know?
Right.
Try to feel that a little bit. It's probably going to have more recoil and stuff to it, but, you know, at least you got the feeling of holding it in your hand and shooting it with one hand, basically. You know, practice this.
Very cool.
Practice now.
Practice now. A few months will go by, and you'll, like, come up to and pass by, like, 3 more massive spheres. As, like, you see them in the distance, they look so small, and then you realize these things are just as big as the one you left. Like, whatever universe that you remember, with all the massive planets and the distance in between them, these things seem to hold them. You know, it's just, they are insane. Just, like, you're beyond your imagination, these massive spheres of crystal. And it seems like you have to try to, like, move up towards one, find another flow, and move into that one. About your 3rd week into the adventure, things start to change for a bit. You almost feel like you've slowed down a little bit. And it feels like you're no longer in one of these flows. It seems like you're sort of, like, struggling through just the space itself for a little bit. as if you're trying to find something. It goes on for maybe a couple of days of this, and then you seemingly hit another flow, as if you were like trying to search for it a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
And like another week goes by, and you begin to like you pass by a very unusual space. Like you can see off in the distance. You're kind of going by an area, like, which, as soon as, like, it's spotted, the ship goes on, like, this high alert. Because you see, like, out in the distance, blackness in here. Like, an area of blackness. You sort of were heading for it almost, and you kind of, like, grind out of the flow and sort of try to move around it. As far as you know. It's like everything is illuminated there, but like as soon as this is not spotted, you just see like everything kind of goes. Like everybody's on tension as you sort of are skirting around it.
What is that? And Pat, grab whoever's the closest person to me, like, what is that?
Dark regions.
What's that mean?
Strange areas. Part of the Phlogiston. No one goes in them. Well, no one goes in and comes out.
Oh.
Nobody goes in willingly and comes out.
Aye.
So what's in them?
If anybody's never come out, how would you know?
Good point.
Yeah, I don't... Quiet, Kellen. Don't side with him. You're on my side. So, how do you know they're bad? I mean, how do you know they're not, like, good? Maybe you go in one and you pop out somewhere else that's cooler.
No one that's explored one has ever come back and found anyone else. So, I mean, whether you live or not, and you're sent somewhere far away, you never return.
Okay. Fine.
Stay away from black balls. Got
it. So why is everybody, like, do they suck you in or something? Like, why is everybody all uptight? Like, can't you just go around it? Does it have tentacles that come out?
We'd best not get close to it in case we'd hit it and fall in ourselves. Rather not. I mean, unless you specifically feel like you want to go for a trip in it.
I mean, it
I'll
could
pass.
be cool. I'm not saying it's not going to be cool, but guess I won't.
Well, if you want to go in there on your own, knock yourselves out. I ain't crazy like you.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm fine here. Go
I'm
back to
fine.
So do we just go by it then?
Eventually you will manage to get by it. It will take some time of sort of like skirting around it, but you will definitely manage to get around it. A couple more weeks go by, seemingly uneventful, as, everything sort of returns back to the rainbow it is, and you actually haven't seen any more spheres, as if they, like, sort of, you saw them for a while, but now they just aren't there anymore.
Okay.
After a while, you do notice a couple more interesting things. You notice that you seem to be sort of following, like, you sort of regain into whatever flow there is, what you're assuming is on the other side of that dark area. And you can sort of notice now there's these strange glowing stars that seem to almost be lighting a path for you.
What are those?
Yeah. We have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Are you going to go grab another random person?
Yeah.
Okay. Flow beacons. That's what they're called, at least. I don't know why we're following a path of them. Maybe this is the right way, by chance. Normally they're not so, close together, either.
Okay, so normally you don't follow these. They're not, like, what are they there for?
Don't know. No one knows where they came from, why they're there. They look, they look like a star itself. They're pretty things.
Yeah, but I don't know if we should be following them. Like, where do they lead to? How does anybody know where they're going?
Well, as I said, I don't normally think there's a trail of them. I think it might be just by chance we're following them.
I'm gonna go find the captain. I'm gonna ask her, why are we following these things? I don't trust him. Have we seen any other ships, by the way?
No, you have not. The captain will go, ask Richan.
What?
Richan's probably the one telling us where to go. He has the maps.
Right, that guy. Alright. Fine.
I'm gonna knock on the map room door.
Okay.
On the map room or the bathroom?
Map room.
Okay,
Map room, okay.
bathroom.
Come in! Welcome! Welcome to my humble abode! I'm so happy! Woo! Adventure!
Yes. What are these weird beacons we're following?
Oh, you wish to know about the flow beacons. Fascinating. As he's kind of reaching through a couple of books, he pulls out one and kind of flips it open. Truly, they are the most unique feature deep here within the Rainbow Ocean. No one knows really where they came from or who built them. They are ancient, even by most standards of spelljamming civilizations. They seem to be almost small stars someone has captured and placed out here. It appears that the route we're taking has a nice trail of them, at least part of the way. We should have about another week of following them, and then after that we shall be heading off a different direction, but it means we're on the right direction, according to my, he pulls out the map I have here.
Who put them there?
Again, no one truly knows. They're older than most, as I said, spelljamming civilizations. Perhaps the arcane knows something, but they don't tell anybody anything. One day we will learn where their homeworld is. Yes.
Alrighty then. Time to go back upstairs. Had enough of his crazy. I'm gonna go watch the pretty lights again.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang around here and flip through some more books.
Okay. All right. So, you can talk to him a little longer. He probably won't have much more information based around, the beacons. But time will go by, and another couple of weeks will go by, another month, 2 months, and all of you are feeling incredibly stir-crazy. It has just been insanity gripping at yourselves for the amount of time you've spent here. You're running out of things to build with your junk because you're running out of junk to do.
Oh no!
You've used up half your barrel already, and the other half is stuff that you're not quite sure what you can build out of it. It's all the random parts that you're well, this might not fit together, and you're what am I gonna do now? You've pretty much read every book he's had that you can read. There's so many that you just don't understand at all. And he's not really the greatest teacher, being kind of old and crazy now. Maybe a little.
Mm-hmm.
Tiddlywinks it is. Is there an alley we can play in?
You've already settled down to, getting what Bestby's described as, 1 meal a day of something prepared half decently from rations from Droon. the other part of the day, you get to enjoy basically this sort of bland food created by your doctor friend.
So
It's
basically,
really
gruel.
Basically gruel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yep.
It's what we all wanted, really. Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he seems to have the magic ability to create enough for everyone on the crew. Fortunately, it seems to tap him out of that circle of spell, so to say. Basically, he's got enough time so he can cast it for the entire crew per day. After that, well...
At least we're not starving.
No! And the air remains fresh thanks to your...
We can always cannibalize if we need to, guys. It's fine. There's plenty of extra unnamed crew.
What does monkey taste like?
Oh, yeah. At one point, I would like to talk to the monkey.
Sure.
I want to find out his name. His actual name. Not just Deck Monkey.
Koto.
How do you spell that? K-O-T-O?
K-O-T-O.
Oh, A-O-T-O.
K-O-T-O.
Oh, K-O-T-O. Oh,
Yeah.
the first time.
Which is, surprisingly, I think it's an actual, name someone's given for a monkey or something before. But when I looked up names for their races, that's one of the ones on there. So, Koto it is.
All right. And I would just do, I would probably go around and talk to all of them, except probably the creepy doctor.
You'll find out that Koto is good friends with the two elves. Apparently, elves and the deck monkeys tend to get along very well. The elves don't necessarily respect them, but the elves, they definitely feel themselves as, they're here because it's a paying job, less because, they're on equal terms with the rest of you because they're elves. But you definitely, because they seem a lot more smug, actually, than the normal elves you'd be used to anyway, space elves.
Space elf.
But it seems like the most thing they respect is, of course, the decade, which is kind of a weird thing, which you wouldn't think about. They actually have, a level of respect for him. He's still below them, but a level of respect.
Unlike us. We don't even get that.
No.
Get no respect. No respect.
None.
Not at all. The two dwarfs are a married couple that have been journeying together. They, in fact, got married some time ago aboard the ship, and the captain actually officiated it.
So they're, on their honeymoon?
Well, they've been on their honeymoon for, a couple years now.
Honeymoon in rainbow space.
In space.
You meet a lizard folk that's aboard the ship named Skran, who seems incredibly intelligent, actually. He, it seems like, he likes to study a lot of different things, and he was just traveling aboard the ship as he, no longer found a place at home with his original clutch, and decided to travel on his own, and found himself aboard the ship.
Now, as we're going around, does everybody on the ship know what we're doing, or are they just told we're going into deep space?
They basically, most of them don't know what you're after, but it seems like most people know that you're exploring somewhere in deep space that you might have a hint of some kind of payoff, that you've heard tale of something. They don't know the exact details of the tale. They don't know you're specifically after the treasure of the 7th Legion's stolen treasure,
Okay.
Right.
They don't know exactly where you're going. They do tend to know...
They just have a general idea.
That you guys have heard about you've learned about some kind of big payday out in untamed space, that you have hints of where it is. So you're going to go see if you can check it out.
Has Lucky run out of stories to tell me?
Probably not. I mean, the guy is
At least I had that to look forward
to.
The
guy is venerable for a halfling and still incredibly good shape, and has dozens and dozens of stories going far back beyond where he knew this crew here.
Nice.
So I mean,
figure I probably still hang out with him, so it's good. At least I know I'll have still more stories to hear.
And he still somehow doesn't seem to ever run out of some kind of drink.
Never need flask.
You're not quite sure.
It's a portal to the demi-plane of whiskey.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, you will, even without asking, learn that the mantis's name is Dr. Zizillion. Spelled, yes. Spelled with both an X and a Z.
I'm not even doing that. I'm just doing phonetic, buddy. Let's be honest.
Hi, Zizzy.
Who seems to have made, like, a small area of the cargo hold and, like, kind of separated off into some kind of, like, surgical bay.
I'm guessing I probably was on duty for that at some point.
You did help out, yes. And you are occasionally helped out to help, well, construct some materials. As it seems that Zizillion's constantly trying to develop new tools for surgery. You can pick up on a few strange things about the race, I guess, from your time, sort of not
working
by chance.
with him in a way.
Yes. It seems like it continue like sort of what's the best way to describe how it administers it? It basically bites down on something and continues to inject material from its bite into these vials. And each one seems to be slightly different.
What are those for?
I can produce special poisons that help with surgery. I can tailor it to different species. I am collecting it in case of it. You are gnome, correct?
Yes.
As you start to see, the kind of draws into there. He only seems to do a couple a day, but, you know, he seems to have, like, a shelf of different ones.
Stockpiling.
Interesting.
I prepared special containers to maintain them longer than normal. This way, in case of emergencies, I will not run out of my own natural production.
Interesting. Maybe you can show me the technique you use to create the containers. Maybe I can be of help with that.
Interesting suggestion, Mammalian. Perhaps you can be of assistance. Your kind does seem to want to improve themselves. You just oftentimes fail.
There can be bumps in the road.
I cannot fault you for the failures of those, as they do not tend to survive.
I
just made a creepy friend.
You did.
Yes, you did. All the better that it's you instead of me.
What did I get myself into?
All you, man. That's why I said everybody but that guy.
Yeah, well, I was already working to help him create tools I order, so it's kind of natural to be inquisitive and be like, hey, maybe I could improve something.
Yeah.
And right after saying it, I'm probably like, fuck, why did I say that?
Why? Question about his
you
thingy.
also he seems to be following some kind of unusual faith too. You do see they set up some kind of shrine in his area too.
Knowledge religion?
Sure.
Which means probably not.
Maybe.
But I have a question about him, the man.
Probably not.
No, you're not quite sure at all. It seems.
Does
Sure.
he have a tongue?
Probably not.
Okay, so I'm picturing an actual like mantis face.
Yeah, he's got like an actual mantis
It's like
face.
more like clicking noises and.
Yeah, it's like I can't make clicking noises, so I'm clicking it as close as I can.
Yeah.
What deity do you worship?
I am a follower of Ptah.
Did you catch that? Because I didn't.
Ka!
Perhaps I can introduce you to the one true God. Ptah.
I like the goddess I worship, but I'm always interested in learning other religions.
The foolish think that their God is above Ptah, the true creator of all crystal spheres.
Oh.
Interesting.
I would like to learn more about that.
Excellent.
He's all
Since
yours.
you asked, I was requested not to spread my religion aboard. But if you ask, I can of course explain it. Perhaps you can help me teach the others of Ptah.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
He's like, and I'm done now. Don't give away more.
Well, no, I want to learn, but I'm not saying I'm going to teach people about it. I respect other faiths.
Then you are foolish to respect other weaker faiths. There is only one true God. There's only Ptah.
He's gonna bite your head off.
So what does worshiping Ka involve?
Ptah.
Ka.
Ptah.
Oh, Ptah.
It's in chat. I spelled it in chat, okay?
You know, in Klingon, that's an insult.
Okay. Well, sorry that Spelljammer had it out before Klingon. Thank you very much. Spelljammer was doing this in the late 80s, which
would have been next gen, and it was Klingons in the original series.
Guys, we're about to see a smackdown. Battle of the Geeks!
Anyway.
Your god.
Anyway.
Fine, it could have theoretically, we're not sure which one came out first. Alright, fine.
First, though.
Which came first, the Spelljammer or the Klingon?
And technically speaking, Ptah actually has other
oh yes,
religion.
I also said I think it's spelled differently.
Yeah, it actually is based on other sort of religious things in older editions. It's just that Spelljammer has a different version of it.
Yes, in Klingon it's P-A-T-A-K.
Oh, well then.
Jeez.
Okay, enough distraction of Klingon discussion.
Sorry.
Hold on, let me get out my Klingon dictionary. Cha.
What can I say? I'm a Trekkie.
It's okay.
We can accept this. It's fine.
Anyway,
right.
back to game.
Back to game. Okay.
And Ptah.
Ptah. At this point in time, Crowl kind of put your arm on his shoulder and like, perhaps you can tell him later, after we're done our work. As he sort of gets back to his work. Crowl will sort of, as he's dragging you off, will talk to you. If he wasn't useful, I wouldn't have had him on board. After, like, you're far enough away. The followers, they're crazy. And not all of them are quite as, nice as him. I think it's his nature as, well, his species. Keeps him from going to the extremes that some of them do. They're kind of religious jerks. That's a great way of describing them. They kind of...
Mormons of the universe?
they kind of think they're, well, deity is above all the others and is superior to all others. And
Kind of got that.
if you got some kind of pantheon with a creation myth on it, they're gonna put their buddy on top of it somehow.
Understood.
Oh yeah. I ain't a religious one, so I don't mind them too much, but they can get a little preachy sometimes. Looks like the captain struck a deal that, well, if you want to learn about it, that's up to you. But please, don't get all preachy. I respect the deal that, Captain made.
Agreed.
Alright, I guess more time will come by. Another month will pass, actually. And at this point in time, you begin to approach another sphere. And you'll see Rechan kind of rush out on deck, like carrying a bunch of papers and books. He's like, "We're here!"
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
That guy's legit crazy. I'm so glad we didn't give him the gem.
Can we pretend we don't know him?
Yes. Yes, we can, in fact.
Excellent, 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 excellent! I haven't been out this far into space in so long. So long. Eons, in fact. When was I back here last? But now, we've found it! I didn't know if we'd actually find it. But we found Aurelian. The sphere of Aurelian. Excellent.
Do we see a big sphere?
You see a gigantic crystal sphere that you're approaching,
Okay. I just want to make sure he's not, completely lost it.
Yes. He's kind of
Now-
dancing around a little bit as papers are falling over the place, scrolls are kind of rolling over, Some of the crew are sort of stopping and picking up his stuff so it doesn't roll off the side of the ship,
Yeah.
I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder. Well,
Yep.
I'm going to kind of tug at him and be like, calm down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Just allow me to calm down a little bit. Why don't I? Here! He pushes all the stuff in his arms into your arms. Can you put these back for me?
Sure.
As you're overburdened because he's a human and you're a gnome, so it's still technically it's not heavy stuff, but there's more of it than you normally would have carried. So it's all over your face, you're you're trying to You just bowl backwards.
Can I try to grab him
Sure.
to keep him from falling over?
Sure.
Happy
Dexterity
to
save or check or something. Dexterity, roll it.
Dexterity check or dexterity save?
We'll give you a save. Just dive in there and catch him.
Why does this keep happening?
Okay. As he's falling backwards and halfway back, you're oh, wait a second. You kind of get up behind him, get under his shoulders.
Thank you. Could someone get the door?
Yeah. Okay, Rechan, stay here. Helja, can you keep an eye on him for a second? I'm gonna help Kellen get this downstairs, and then
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
I've got a lot of questions now that we're almost there.
Okay. You'll manage to get all the papers downstairs, of course. As the ship is getting closer and closer to the sphere, the captain will actually head up on deck eventually, seemingly ready to once again allow you into the sphere.
Before we go in,
Mhm.
kind of go up to Rechan and be like, hey, so before we go into there, it's do we need to be prepared for anything? Do you know what's about to happen?
Well, we are technically in a wild space, so it is slightly uncharted, and we're not sure what races we'll find there. What dangers out in space on the planet itself might be dangerous. And according to the stellar maps I have combined between yours and mine, I think I can navigate us to the planet. It appears that this system revolves around a larger water planet as its center. And it has 2 suns which rotate around that, along with a number of other worlds. I think there are 3 fire worlds, and then the air world we seek. There also seems to be a number of fields of asteroids that spread in between the fire worlds. I can only surmise that that might be the remains of an Earth world that once existed here, perhaps? But hard to say if they were not naturally occurring or so. But we will have to head through the asteroids and stuff first. So there might be some dangers in amongst theirs. Oftentimes, things that might hide there might be found.
And do you know of any plants or anything that we can stop at for port to take a little break at? And
there is no
supply?
known ports here. Perhaps we
great.
can gain some supplies from the planet that we reach. Hopefully. At most, I could say we could always, after we've taken care of our business at the air world. The water world might have some. There usually is some kinds of land that you can find on a water world. At least we can maybe fish for something. There should be life there. I'm not 100%.
Okay.
But there should be, at least there was in ancient days. There are some strange notes here about the asteroid field. I'm unsure what they mean. So
when you say strange...
Well, these are written in a language I don't understand. It appears my copy of the book has a copy of a map from somewhere else entirely.
Okay. Before we go in, can we look around and we don't see any other ships, right?
No other
Nothing?
ships right now, no.
Alright. I guess we'll go in.
Okay.
Gonna get killed. Hi guys, nice knowing you.
The captain will once again sort of open up the portal. Kind of like cast whatever spell she casts. As you see the sphere itself, kind of like almost become... It almost appears every time she casts it that the crystalline sphere almost shifts to something almost like liquid wick. Almost like a liquid like portal that you sort of pass through into it. And as once you again pass through into space, it closes up. You find yourselves in the middle of what appears to be a large asteroid field that seems to sort of be filling up the outside rim of this entire sphere. Well, as far as you can see. Who knows how far it goes in other directions, You begin to slowly navigate through it. And that's when you begin to notice something strange. Strange shapes amongst the asteroids. The crew begins to mumble. And that's when you begin to notice these shapes are chunks of ship. This is not a asteroid field alone. This appears to be a graveyard from a massive war. And you're right in the middle of what's left of it. And we'll end right here.
Oh. Ghosts in space.
We might get to be able to get supplies for the ruined ships.
There you go.
None of them seem to have air.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll see. Hard to say.
Just put on my spacesuit and go chomping out there.
So, we'll call it for today. We're going to be hopefully here next week. As you can always keep in touch with me on Twitter. If any kind of updates happen, we will let you know there. Hopefully, we'll back to be a full crew next week. We'll have to see. So that's going to be the 30th. So, fingers crossed that we'll have everybody then. And definitely we will continue there with our crew running into basically the derelicts of space. And exploring a little bit of it on their way to the first planet. On their journey. So. Yes. So, alright, why don't we go around, just the normal kind of clockwise direction that I always seem to go. Does anybody want to promote anything? Rachel/Whisper?
Just the same old rules as written. It is on a temporary in motion. We're working on getting it switched over to a different account and things. So if it's not searchable on iTunes, it will be up soon, hopefully. All things considered. But otherwise, yep, just hit us up on Twitter @rulesaswritten.
Great. Okay. Joe/Kellen, I assume you always promote the same thing you always promote.
Next Saturday, we have our live stream for Oh God, my
Discussing
brain is
tabletop?
dead today. Thank you. Discussing tabletop. I'm tired. It's been a long week. And of course, our game again, Legends of the Lost Legion.
Helja / Amanda, anything to promote or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. And I guess I will be back here in 5 hours, approximately, to stream some more. I guess it's going to be more Stardew Valley tonight, if people really want to watch that. No one really watches my Stardew Valley. Few people do. But it'll probably, hopefully this time, I won't keep my background image over the video feed of it for like half the time.
Nice.
That seems like a problem, yes.
Oh, I was talking to space for a while. That was a good one. I have a poll on Twitter if you want me to upload that with me talking to space for a while, or edit it, or just not bother. So far, uploading it as is the winner. There hasn't been that many
Nice.
votes.
Are you talking
Talk
to space?
to space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Me talking
There
to
you
space. Mm-hmm. I'm doing something, but no one knows what. And of course, videos will be coming out next couple of days, up with the normal schedule of everything on the channel. This will be going up. If you missed the entire show, we will be up, of course. Usually I try to upload it around Wednesday or Thursday. So hopefully, full episode will be up on YouTube then. Unless you want to go back in the videos here, which I know you can theoretically do also. So either way, cool. You can watch the entire thing there. Otherwise, we will see you then next week, and everybody have a good week. So, bye, everybody.
Bye.